Morning, Joe and the Pro. It's Monday. It's Teddy covers the most miserable handicapper in the industry, going gray in front of our very eyes. How was your weekend, young man?
Miserable? I don't understand why you call me miserable, Lawrence. I enjoy my life. It's just you I don't like. It's just you I don't enjoy spending time with. I'm a happy guy, you know? How am I on a Monday? I'm okay. It wasn't a great opening weekend for me, unfortunately, in the NCAA tournament. We had a good day on Sunday to bounce back, but Friday, I did several things wrong that I'm frustrated with myself about. That being said, we had a good day yesterday. Overall, it certainly wasn't a complete disaster. Just had a bad day Thursday, or a bad day Friday, and a real bad day on Friday, and then not so good on Saturday. But I don't even know how to answer that. What's the question?
I just asked how you were, dude.
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. How are you, Lawrence?
No complaints, dude. No complaints at all. I won both my 5-unit plays in college basketball this weekend. I had a winning start to the madness. I had Virginia yesterday at -11. They won by 12. I also won my big play on Friday. And the guys had an outstanding day yesterday all around. I mean, hats off to Marco for his 5-star win on Saturday. It was a big win. It made a ton of sales over at WagerTalk.com. Yesterday, we had a big play on Virginia. Ralph had a 5-unit play on Virginia Tech. He did get it up early enough at -8.5, so it covered for him. But most people likely pushed. And Tony Finn as well had Houston yesterday as a 5-unit play, a total blowout. Dwayne Bryant had a 5-unit play on the VT under. It won. It was a great day yesterday to be part of the Wager Talk family. And we're all excited, dude. Everybody is rolling right now. I'm on a 9-2 NBA run. I've got an NBA play up at WagerTalk.com. Marco, brother, 9-1 to start the big dance. It doesn't get better than that. He's got a college basketball play up tonight. And you've had an outstanding few months, Teddy, all around.
Yeah. I mean, from the start of 2019, I think 58% across all sports are pretty close to it. I'm pretty sure I'm number one at Wager Talk in certainly a sports memo. I know I'm number one. I think I'm number one at Wager Talk in terms of overall profitability and net units and all of that stuff here in 2019. So I'm not going to complain. You keep calling me miserable. No, Lawrence. Look, even off a weekend that I'm not happy with my performance, I'm still going to smile for you on a Monday.
Oh, Teddy, you're the best. Guys, we got to talk a little bit about Showtime. There's a Showtime documentary called Action. It's on every Sunday night. It's a 4-part series. It's on every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on Showtime. It aired last night, the first episode, and it was really good, Teddy. They follow a bunch of the Wager Talk handicappers around, including yourself. And, the spotlight is really on Crackman, Vegas Dave, what an interesting character, and obviously Kelly Stewart from Wager Talk. It was really well done. You should definitely take a look. There's 3 more parts coming, and we will see that on Showtime, 8 p.m. It's also on demand, and I think you can get it at their website as well, so check it out. It's completely worth watching. Teddy, let's talk some hoops, shall we?
I thought we were going to talk Vegas Dave.
You know what? Let's talk Vegas Dave. But you told me you hadn't seen the episode yet, and man, I tell you, I mean, he just comes across as a slime ball. I don't know him. Maybe you do. Maybe he's the nicest guy in the world, but he's very old school in his sales approach. He claims to be hitting 75% in betting, which we know is a load of bullshit. And we actually watched him do Snapchat and Instagram and all these other social media activities, charging $500 a play and cha-chinging for half an hour straight. You tell me about this guy. I don't even know him.
Well, it's, Crackman is legit. Okay,
And the nicest guy.
And professional bettor and all around. I mean, Crackman's the real deal. Kelly's the real deal. Okay, this is what Kelly does. That's why you hired her to be the face of WagerTalk. Vegas Dave's a scam, and he always has been a scam, and it's difficult for me to see him getting pub like this that he doesn't deserve, because we know what he's going to do with it. He's going to rip people off. And the guys that run the boiler rooms, I have no sympathy for that. I have no respect for that. It's a dicey industry, and the guys like Vegas Dave make it worse, not better. So I'm sorry to see him get the platform. All that being said, hey, WagerTalk's getting a platform. Sportsman was getting a platform. You and I are getting a platform. I got no complaints with that. And any spotlight on sports betting is a good spotlight, even when it's done, with hype. I like when real stories are told. Certainly Crackman's story is real. Certainly Kelly's story is real when it comes to the Showtime documentary. Vegas Dave, not so real, And I guess, he's being compared to Steve Stevens, which he should be compared to, because Steve Stevens is a convicted felon. Vegas Dave, is he in prison right now?
I don't have a clue, bro.
Yeah, I know he was. He was indicted. He's
Let's talk about Thursday, March 28th, round of 16, brother. Round of 32. Okay. Round of 16. I'm losing my shit. I want to talk about Oregon right off the bat. Teddy, you came on our show last Monday and you're like, this is the best coach team in all of college basketball. This is the team, 20-1 or whatever to win it all. And then I don't recall you betting on either of their games, and they won handily.
Okay.
What happened? Why did you get off the bandwagon?
In fact, I bet against them. I bet Wisconsin on was that Saturday or Saturday?
What happened?
Obviously a wrong side. What happened was a couple of different things. One is that I did not like that matchup for Oregon. There are teams like Oregon and this is where I messed up in that. There are no teams like Wisconsin in the Pac-12, and I thought Wisconsin was going to be a real difficult matchup for Oregon, and they weren't. So I was wrong.
Well, let's talk about them this week. They're plus 8.5 playing Virginia. Virginia, look, they're better than what they've showed in their last two games. I think that number is still probably high, but this Virginia team is mighty fine. And, they're really hard to score against. And we see that in the total at 118 in that game. Sure.
Always hard to lay points in this range when the total's really low. But then again, does Oregon get to 50? In this contest. They're not an accomplished offensive team. And they're here now because UC Irvine hadn't seen a defense like that. And they did not react. Am I missing games? Am I messing games up? God, there've been it's like, I feel like there's been a whirlwind.
It's been nuts.
What was the Irvine game? Was it Irvine, Oregon?
No.
Who the fuck did Oregon play? Wisconsin. Who did Irvine play? Oh, Irvine was last night. Yeah. Man, it's been a long week, but that's the way it is on Monday. Are you shattered? That's my question for you, Prez. Are you shattered this Monday?
No, I'm ecstatic, dude.
Because you're supposed to be gassed on a Monday. And
no,
me, what? The games are all merging in my brain right now.
From that perspective, look, yes. For me, I bet so many halftime bets in the last 4 days. It was actually crazy. And you and I spoke about teams like Michigan State, like Auburn. If they come out in the first round, they struggle, they sneak by. Bet them the second round, and I was very focused on that. I was very focused on I pounded Michigan State in the first round at halftime -11. They did cover for me, but it wasn't so much about the game betting. It was the in-game betting and the half times. I felt like I haven't left the computer in 4 days.
You have it. That's the beauty of the opening weekend of the NCAA tournament. When it comes to Oregon now, and let's stay on point here. Talk about Oregon matching up against Virginia with all the early money coming on Virginia. That line opened 7.5. Now we're looking at 8.5 across the board on the Cavaliers, despite the fact that Ducks 10-0 against the spread, their last 10. You want to talk about building a betting bandwagon? That's Oregon right now. This is a team that wasn't going to be in the big dance. They didn't win the Pac-12 tournament. They won the Pac-12 tournament. Now they won a couple of games in the big tournament. All that being said, Virginia's the class here. And you talked about the fact that Virginia, they haven't played their A game yet. You know, they didn't against Oklahoma yesterday. We all cashed tickets on Virginia. They didn't look good. I was never comfortable. You were sweating right down to the final possession in that ball game. We haven't seen the Cavs play their A game in any NCAA tournament game since probably 2016, maybe 2015. Maybe they're due. They are due, but Oregon has been a real moneymaker, and now you're giving one of the best coaches in college basketball extra time to prepare in Dana Altman.
Gonzaga, Teddy, -7.5 against Florida State. Florida State has looked good. With that said, I think Gonzaga is in a different class to this team. Big total, 147. They expect a high-scoring game, which leans towards Gonzaga. What do you like just early take in this one?
Whew, I cashed a ticket on Baylor plus the points at Gonzaga, and that was one that I got wrong and cashed, which I needed on Saturday. So I'm certainly not going to give the money back. All that being said, I mean, boy, the Zags, they've looked every bit the team to beat in the NCAA tournament in the first 2 rounds. They've been elite. Florida State's a difficult matchup for them. You know, Florida State is deep. Florida State is tall. Florida State is athletic. These are not the types of teams that the Zags have been facing in the West Coast Conference all year. I would not be surprised at all to see Florida State give Gonzaga a real battle in this one. First gut is taking the points, not laying them.
He's Teddy. I'm the Prez. You're watching Puck Time. That's not correct. You talk about all of the college basketball games. This is my 4th video of the day. It's Morning Joe and the Pro. Just to quickly give you guys some info. Puck Time is up. It's myself and Alex. We take apart every NHL game. For some reason, I'm blurry today, but I'm going to go to Best Buy and fix that. As well, we started our new baseball show called First Pitch. We did our preview shows today. Part 1 is with Marco and Brian, where we look at the National League. Part 2 with Teddy and Dave, where we look at the American League. And the actual show begins in earnest Monday, April 8th. It's called First Pitch, hosted by me, where we'll look at every game on the board. Teddy, real quick, Duke. Man, what an ending. I mean, they were really lucky to get out of there with the win. 2 missed layups, literally, at the end of that game to secure Duke a spot in the Sweet 16. Virginia Tech has looked really good here, dude. They're +7. Are they going to be a tough matchup for Duke, or has Duke had their sort of egg and are now going to lay the smack down?
Every team's going to get tested in the NCAA tournament. And in fact, as we get into this weekend's games, I like to bet for teams that haven't been tested to get tested. Duke has already faced a test. They've survived in advance. Hokies, not so much yet.
Some deep shit there, Teddy.
Well, if you go back and look year in, year out, you're looking for teams to get tested at some point, getting to the Final Four. And if a team's 3-0 ATS as favorites going into the Elite Eight, you better believe I'm looking to fade them in that game, given the right matchup.
Well, speaking of a team that got tested and one that didn't, UNC blowouts. Auburn got lucky to squeak through the first round, but looked really good in the second round. Massive total here, Teddy, 163. And both teams are super fast-paced. I think this is going to be the best game of the weekend to watch. UNC is favored by 5. I don't know where to go here.
What's the highest total? Let's start with that. So, of course, you would think it's going to be the most fast-paced and exciting game to watch.
Very deep, very profound.
You know, when you compare the 163 here to the 117 that we're seeing, or 117.5 we're seeing for Oregon, Virginia, obviously, if you like fast-paced basketball, you'll like this North Carolina Auburn game. Now, the Tigers, extremely lucky. They got tested. Of course, New Mexico State missed some crucial free throws at the end. Hey, don't look at your phone. You got to keep looking at me while I talk.
No, I don't.
No, I don't. Well, then I'm going to stop talking. If you can't pay enough attention to watch the pod,
Oh my God, you sound like my woman. Phones away.
Well, you're asking people to pay attention to us while we're doing a podcast, and then you're sitting here on the pod on your phone. It's kind of a bad visual, don't you think?
My kid just texted me. My kid comes before you, the show, and everything else.
Okay, what you want?
Money. So maybe I should listen to you.
Yeah, exactly. Auburn, North Carolina should be a lot of fun. Certainly, we're talking about an SEC conference that looked very good here in the Big Dance, and a conference that you don't necessarily want to sell short. All that being said, I do think the Tar Heels are the class here, and when you're allowing North Carolina to play at their preferred pace, I think it may well work in their favor.
Teddy, give us a free pick for Monday, and then let's call it a show. I gotta eat, bro.
Yeah, they keep betting the Sixers, man. Or they keep betting the Magic. At this price, I'm seeing a Philly -1.5 at Orlando tonight, and I know it's a must-win game for the Magic. Sixers are the better team, and Orlando's been feasting on lottery-bound squads. Give me Philly -1.5 in Orlando tonight. I think the price is too cheap.
He's Teddy. I'm the Prez. It's Morning Joe and the Pro. Tomorrow we'll have Ralph Michaels on with us. More March Madness. Make sure to check out First Pitch, our baseball preview show. 2 of them are up. American League and National League over and unders, and some future bets, and also Puck Time with Alex B. Smith. Guys, if you want to bet our baseball, the promo code right now is MLB 200. That's $200 off of anybody's baseball season. Teddy, always a pleasure. My love for you is as high as your dislike for me low.
Well, I appreciate that. But the bottom line is, I'm glad this podcast is over. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the games, and best of luck on Monday night.
Great stuff, dude.